Hi, this is Brent from Brick Stack Studio. Today we're going to look at Urge's Post Office set 10198 for ages 6 to 12, 3,700 pieces approximately. What we have with this particular one is that there is a designer that appears that they may have produced this first. Uh, the model is 99% the same model. So I'm hoping that they work together. But that person is Bricked 1980, and they can be found on Rebrickable. So I will leave a link to their instructions, and you can check it out from there. I'm just going to show the instructions for a minute. Here I am just showing that they do have numbered bags. So that is excellent. Sometimes, especially this is, I believe, a little bit of older model from an alternative brand. So sometimes you don't get here. So if you've never built with alternative brands, some of them, what they will do is previous step wise, they will gray out what has already been put down and only color the areas that you're working on currently. I do like these instructions because there is a good difference between the coloring of dark gray, gray, and the black, and even of the grayed out area. Sometimes when the instructions, you cannot have what's what in there. That gets very frustrating. You see that a lot with the dark brown and brown as well. And we'll let this go forward. I just want to show an additional step on the following page. And that would be this one. So you can see up here, there's a lot of different pieces going on in this step 75. It is for kind of small table here, dessert table, and then there's a plate across the top. But what I've encountered with a recent set I'm still building and will review is that they have steps in there that only have 1 to 2 pieces per step, and that is driving me absolutely crazy. This particular set is 6 to 12 years old, and I appreciate that. I don't know if this would be challenging for a 6-year-old or not, but I think if anything, if it does challenge them, that's probably a good thing. The one I'm putting together right now is for 18 plus, and it has many steps that have 1 piece. So that's my old man rant. I'll put in. So if we come to the build, it is based on 1950s European style post office. And at least that's what the grader list says. Of course, I think it's a good looking modular, or I would not have built it. What I appreciate with it is I do like the style. It goes well with the earlier Lego models that is more European style. I think the brighter colors and the greenery make it stand out nice as well. And that you do have this, it's not just one flat front with an awning on it. It is one building, but it does have a distinct difference between the 2 pieces of the building. You have a little wrap around here with other windows of the same styling as the front into the same portion of the building. And then while this is connected, the other color scheme and some of the design elements separate them. And then you have some stairs here that take you up into the upper levels. And you can see my junk in the background here. Pay no attention to that. You can see that it does have connection points to connect into other modulars, whether that's Lego or some non-Lego brand. There is supposed to be a patio table here with an umbrella. I can't remember exactly what I didn't like about that particular build. I think it just kept on falling out or stuff falling off of it. There's enough stuff going on here that I didn't think it really needed it, so I removed it. There was a brick built garbage can back here on this jumper plate, and it's a garbage can that I've seen built in many different Lego sets. Nothing special. It was on there until I brought it over to this table, and it fell apart, and I kept on trying to put it back there, and it kept on falling apart. So I don't know if it'll ever go back there, but yeah, I don't think it's needed either. Also, if you have any comments about my non-ironing of my table of fabric, you can leave me some comments about that. That's me lazy. I did it to the sides. I did it to the sides of the tables, just not the top. Generally speaking, my tables have all uh, the buildings on it, so you wouldn't see that part. And I believe this post office sign there, I do not believe that. I think that's a print. I'm terrible with stickers, and that particular one probably would have caused me some grief just from a anxiety standpoint because it's so prominent. Some of the other stickers, interior and stuff like that, I still like them straight. And I, of course, want prints instead of stickers. But I'm pretty sure that this was not a sticker because I would have had to do it on both sides. And I hate stickers. The roof over here, I don't know if that's supposed to be terracotta tile or just tile or cedar shingles or what have you. I appreciate the color changes in it. I think it looks real good. We have some design over on this portion of the building. Again, I'm just happy with all the greenery. And then the top here on the roof here, you have a skylight. You can see that there is a grandfather clock in there, or you can see that there's a grandfather clock in there. We'll take a look at it in a minute. Some people get upset when there's not accesses to different portions, like this building does not have an exit or entrance to the roof. That does not really bother me. I don't need it that realistic, but if that does concern you, there is no entrance or exit from this roof. So we will take a look, I believe, at the side of the building, which there is nothing to see there. Just a flat side, no windows. In a second, we'll pivot to the back where you can see there is some decoration, some detail to it. You have some windows, some greenery back there, but it's really no different than a Lego model for the most part. I do like down here, this is where the staircase was on the other side. You can get into this portion over here is the post office. And so this doorway you can either go in the front or in the back here if you're a customer of the post office. And then pivoting to the other side, you can see there's nothing to see there as well. And so I will be taking off a portion of the roof here. Actually, I make a mistake. You can see all my crap in the background, garbage. I'll delete that. Um, I have a neon sign or faux neon sign that I haven't put up yet. But anyways, when I take off the portions of the building, I neglect to consider this as a working space or a level of the building. So we will get back to that at the end. But I pull it off and go right to the other sections. All right. So first up is the postage um, package sorting area. So you got a table there, got your letters, got your packages, got a little fireplace over here, some bags of laundry. Well, I don't know, maybe it's doing their laundry too. And then this is a cart here for packages. It's kind of fallen over as I had moved it around. You'll see later on, I get it back into position. And then on this side, there's a coffee bar. The stairs that at the front of the building do take you up into this area. And we'll get a few different shots of those areas. Someday I may get a better camera. So the focusing is sometimes takes a little bit of time. But there you can see the cart. And I'll push that back. And so you can see there's a doorway here from the stairwell that takes you into this portion. And on the opposite side, you can't really see it very much, but there's a door there as well. And then there's the rest of the uh, for the coffee area. And there's this staircase that will take you up to the upper floor that we will see at the very end. All right, so we will go down into the main post office part. So this is where that door at the back and the door at the front here. So this brown tiling here is where the customers would be. This glass door in between where the customers are and the postal employees are. You can see that, it's a glass door here, but it also uses two glass doors on end for like a glass partition between the customers and the employees. Should see that as a better angle, not too much. All right, and this is a fish shop. Let me go a little more for it, but at some point that focus kicks in a little bit better. Right there. So this is a little fish shop. You can see the counter here. It has some glass to see in it. The various items that they have for sale. They have a menu on the wall and the different condiments and whatnot. And we're back over here. So the customers, they have a couple newspapers to choose from, and then they have a couple maps. So I think maybe the company or whatever had some, hey, we got these printed tiles lying around. Might as well put those in there. It's a nice little shop. So this is the floor this is the very top floor that I forgot to show at the beginning. This is the grandfather clock that we saw. You know, my camera can't focus worth anything, but here it picks up the dust. I don't know why there's dust there since I haven't opened this since I built it, but so be it. So this is just a little office for the people from the pastry shop. And you can see the grandfather clock there. It's a little odd design, kind of heavy on the top there. But I appreciated that it was something different build. And the phone over there has no dial. If it focuses, you'll see that, but you don't need to see it. There we go. So yeah, there's no dial there. Look at all that dust. And then here's the other portion of the building under the roof. So really nothing to see there, but yeah, height wise, minifigure could stand on there. They could have made it into attic space. Again, I don't really mind it too much. They don't really make it too accessible because you have these flips here, and then get forward on this, you'll see the part of the roof that this snaps into those. So it's not hinged in a way that you can just open it up. So it's really a non-usable space. They could have made it, but I'm more about building it and putting it in the city. So yeah, to me, it's a beautiful building. Fits in nice with earlier Lego modulars. It's colorful. Got a good design. If you're looking at this for unique building techniques, something that's going to blow your mind, I don't think you're going to find that here. I don't remember anything going, wow, that's out there. But it did have good techniques to it. It was a solid build. Nothing seemed shaky. Clutch power on the pieces were great. There was no malformed pieces, which sometimes you see in alternative brick brands where the molding wasn't the best and you have this, half a 3/4 of a tile. And most of the things in here are prints, if not all. And you can find this still online. Please, if you're going to look for it, be careful, because the first time I ordered it, because I ordered it twice, the first time it was a mini scale. It wasn't exactly half the size, but the bricks were much smaller, so maybe 3/4 the size of a normal Lego brick. So pay very close attention when you're trying to buy these things. So there is this exact model in a smaller scale to it. So that one went to either Goodwill or Salvation Army, and I turned around and ordered the real thing. Also, the person selling it that I bought it from, it was totally my fault. The listing did say mini pieces in it, and the dimensions were there, so totally on me. But I've learned my lesson, and so this can be found on. Like I said, the instructions can be found on Rebrickable. I'll leave the link for that. It can also be found on AliExpress. Just watch out for the sizing. And there's a few other sites if you use the name and number of this set that you should be able to get to it. Seems like the company is not producing anymore, but you can still find it if you have the opportunity to get this. I remember it was a decent price. I couldn't tell you the exact pricing, but it was, probably around the 100 mark, somewhere in that area with free shipping. But I would recommend it. It's a great set. I do hope it wasn't a stolen idea, but at this point, I have it either way. And if you made it this far, congratulations and thank you. Also, if you did like this, I can make some other recommendations for some of my other videos that you'll see on one of these corners. But please do like and subscribe. It really helps me out. Obviously, I'm brand new at this and still trying to grow the channel. I do this not for the money, but just for the love of building bricks, building blocks, Lego-like products. So hit the like, notification, and subscribe. Thank you again.